Morning. How's everybody doing? Welcome to what is today, Wednesday. I'm exhausted. I have on no makeup and I just don't even care. And what is no is today Wednesday? Thursday. Good grief. Yep. Yep. This is what travel will do to you. It'll throw you off. Leslie, do we have any COTDs?
We've got Deals and Donuts down in South Haven today.
Deals and Donuts down in South Haven. Hey, I don't know if Shaquita's on here or not, but she had asked that I do a class on SEO and GEO, like all in one class. And I just did that for the West Texas office. So we're going to go ahead and get that on the books because I know several people are like, hey, can we just do this in one setting so that we can really, wrap our arms around the whole process. So we are going to do that. Leslie's going to get with the team, and we're going to get that booked. So if you have suggestions on classes or things you need to hear, please let us know so that we can move that forward. All that to say, today is going to be kind of an open forum. I want to talk a little bit about what y'all need. I assume I know what y'all need, and yet I'm not 100% sure on things that you need or trainings that you need or development that you need. And so this is going to be an open forum for that today. And the reason why I say that is we just pulled our language of real estate, which is it's called our lore, and it tells us how we're performing in the market. We are gaining market share in several different areas in terms of brokerage. So we are doing really well there. Mississippi, I think you're at what's Mississippi at, Leslie? 12% market share?
They're just under 12% market share.
Awesome job on that. And then what about all of our Tennessee offices? Where are we at?
We're a little under 9 in Tennessee.
A little under 9 in Tennessee. We've been trending at 9 for a little while. But all that to say is we're not going backwards. We're slowly going forward. And why does market share matter? I'm mute. Somebody tell me why market share matters. What is market share, Leslie?
It's the percentage of the market that we own collectively as Keller Williams. So the amount of KW signs we're seeing in yards, the amount of our agents who are out there doing business, and market share transfers to mind share.
Correct. Because of listings and, obviously Keller Williams, the brand. So understanding why market share matters because you can use that market share to your advantage. So 9% is a pretty strong hold on market share. My goal is to get us to 20% market share, but we got to get to 10 first. Bye, baby. Sorry, we're going off to football camp. All that to say, we are down in listings taken and listings sold. So very curious. Sorry, y'all. My husband just walked out with my son. Let me pause this. Uh-oh. Okay, we're back. Didn't need you to hear that. The alarm. Anyway, all that to say, listings taken and listings sold is down. And so I'm curious to hear what are y'all seeing out there? Why do y'all think listings taken and listings sold is down? What are y'all experiencing? I can tell you from my team, we are seeing more buyers come out of the woodworks, which is quite interesting considering interest rates are up. Very curious. Unmute yourself. I'd love to hear what are you experiencing. I want to know what you need so that you can go take more listings and close more listings. Or on the buy side, what can I do to support you? So unmute yourself. This is the point of the conversation where we talk.
Well, for me, so I have been experiencing like with the sellers not wanting to list their property properly, even after I show them the CMA, even after I try to stretch it out, like they want to stick because they're stating. And I had actually two last week and one called me yesterday. Why me and Shaquita was out, like they stuck on what they invested in their property, which I understand is so. Like for instance, one guy paid $305, he owed $295, but it only says the property is going to list for $250 with the CMA, which I had quoted him $250 even before then. So it's like, he's in both of these guys, and it's crazy. One in Israel and one is in Illinois, and both of them stated that when they got their property, did that it was quoted that it'll sell for the price that they trying to tell me. But I'm telling them that's not what the market. So that's what I'm experiencing, like them not wanting to price their property right to get it sold. Like they combative with it.
So on
so I've been having to turn down.
on a rate of 1 to 10, what is their motivation?
Oh, both of those were 10 because both are at one is in the military and like he's stationed now in Illinois. The other one he's in Israel, so both of them are 10. One to
They're
say
not a 10. They're not a 10. Let me
okay,
coach you
I
on
thought
this.
that was a 10. Okay, yes.
Let me coach you on why that's not a 10.
Okay, go ahead.
Are they at a point where they're going to lose money on their house? Is the motivation so high that they're going to have to lose money on their house to sell to move it?
So the one in Illinois, he said, right now he's costing him $3,000 a month to maintain the property. He's willing, if he got to, the last option will be a short sale because he still owe $295 and he's not going to make anything. So I suggest him just to rent it to get him build up him some money and more equity because he only bought the house. It'll be 2 years in November, so you don't have really the equity, and then you owe $295. Like, so I just suggest to him to just rent it. But he said he already did the rent and nobody will be able to cover the mortgage what it's costing him. But I suggested you just get something so you won't be losing the house.
Have you run comps for the rental?
No, man, I didn't do the comps for the rental because he had told me he already know because it's a secluded area and it's only an apartment complex, and he said he know it's not going to cover the $3,000, which is right because it's rotted. So he's correct. Nobody's giving him $3,000 for their property out there, even though it is. But he did all these. Go ahead.
I would run the comps on that, but I would talk to a property manager.
Okay. And he said he can't afford to do that, so we covered that too. So that's why he said he didn't want to do rented because he can't afford to have somebody to maintain that. Also, why he in Illinois because his wife in Washington.
Yeah. Here's what I would do. I would send him two options. I would go talk to property management and manager, and obviously I'd give the deal to the property manager if he decides to move forward with that, just because the property manager needs to do it so they can get the most out of it. I don't delve in property management, just so everybody hears me say that. I also don't delve in commercial because that's not my lane. But I will refer it out. But all that to say, I would do two things. I'd put it in writing, get with the property manager, find out what you could lease it for, what the property manager could lease it for, and then put the property manager's contact information in an email and a text and let him know that scenario. And then the second scenario, put a net sheet together. And then show him, hey, when it sells at this is what you're going to net. And while you may have to bring money to the table, it's better than having to bring another 3,000, 6 months from now. So that's $18,000 ish, right? That he's losing over 6 months. So Candace, I'd put the numbers on paper and just say, hey, ball's in your court. You decide what you want to do. After that, if he's still deciding that that's not, he's just going to wait, you cannot change that motivation.
Okay, so how do I readdress him? Because I already had the conversation and let him know that I probably wouldn't be able to work with him. But I told him I'd keep a watch on his property and be updating him and letting him know like when property sells so he can see what the property value is, because he was one stuck saying he bought it for $305. You bought it for too much. So how do I readdress him to open it back up?
Property manager. Hey, I talked to our property manager that we work with.
Okay. So I'll do that.
That's how I would readdress it. Okay. Y'all cannot change. If they've got to bring money to the table, the best thing you can do for them is get them to rent it out. And if they can't rent it out, then the best thing you can do for them is, hey, you can go ahead and sell it now and you're only going to lose X, or you can wait and sell it in 6 months and you're going to lose Y, which is probably going to be more than what they would right now. So what else? Thank you for that. Thank you for engaging. Who else? What are y'all getting stuck on? Or you need development on? Everybody is crushing it.
Okay, well, since they don't want to talk, can I give you my second one?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so the guy from Israel, so he ghosted me after the 4th of July. He was communicating, making sure I know how to contact him on WhatsApp, emails, all this old good stuff. So once I sent him the CMA, he got his property listed at 259, and which no, it's in North Memphis. It's not gonna do that. So, and the highest property sold for listed for 220, sold for 215. So now he just called me on yesterday, wanted me to relook up the property again because he sent me Realtor.com pricing. All of them are overpriced. None of that is in our MLS. But I asked him, I was like, well, I really need to see the property to give you a most, so I can see what you're seeing. And so he said, well, I can't let you see the property until the end of July because, mind you, I got him off expired 2 weeks ago. He said, I can't let you see the property until the end of July because I'm working with the agent. So I want to, I want your professional opinion because, like, how did you get with an agent and you wasn't? So I really just want to dismiss him. So I want your personal opinion on what I should do.
You can't work with him if he's got an agent.
Yeah, I told him that, but at first he was telling me he didn't have, well, he didn't because it was on the expired. But now when he called me yesterday, he said he working with somebody. So I feel like he using me for my information, or you got somebody. So should I just dismiss him? I want your professional opinion because I want to just dismiss him.
Yeah, the way I would say it is you've signed with somebody else. And if you've signed with somebody else, I can't give you my professional opinion.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
That's how I would say that. You're welcome. All Who right. else? One more. If
Well,
we don't
currently
have
right now, Sarah, I have 6 pre-approved active buyers, and they're all under 200,000. And my struggle is that, I guess, investor price point, and they're wanting to, you know, buy what they really can't afford.
Yeah. So what can Ashley do to find, like, so for instance, Ashley, I would look, we just talked about over priced sellers, right?
Mhm. Okay.
And expireds. Look at some expireds that were like, I don't know, 6 to 9 months ago and see if you find any additional inventory in that range. And then you could do almost like a reverse offer, even if it's not on the market, to say like, hey, we're interested in this. If you'll let us come see it, we're thinking we would be willing to pay X. That way you can like unlock some of those. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay.
Is everybody following what I'm saying? I'm saying, all right, I'm going to look at anybody that expired 250,000 and below, right? And then I'm going to get their information and I'm going to call them and say, hey, I have a ready, willing, and able buyer. We will give you an offer if you're still interested, but we need to come see the property. So then I'm unlocking off-market opportunities. Does that make sense to everybody? Please hit it in the chat because I need to know y'all are following me on that. Yeah, so in order to do that and get ahead of the investors, that's going to be your best play. Actually, another thing you want to do is see if you can find some technology to find out who, if they're looking in Shelby County, you could look, I'm just making this up. You've got Shelby County and then who has high amounts of equity in Shelby County that's 200,000 or less. I would also call absentee owners because if they're not here and they've got a property that's 215 valued at 225 or less, go ahead. You need to hit absentee owners, high equity sellers. So you can pull that information. There's technology that you can use for that, right? And then looking at expireds. Go find the inventory for them is what I'm saying. And y'all, if the property is listed at 250 and it's actually worth 200, make the offer. But make sure you pull the comp so that you can go back to the listing agent and just say, hey, look, this is clearly what I'm seeing could be overpriced. And this is what my buyers will do. You never know what people will come off the top. Just make sure it's, obviously it's not like highway robbery, but make sure that you've got the comps to back it up is what I'm saying. So you never know. The seller's motivation may be so high they have to unload it and you can get a great deal for them. So, all right. Hey, Shaquita, thank you for providing that suggestion. Sorry it took me a minute to get back to you. I've been traveling in West Texas. If y'all have other things that you're like, hey, I need to double down on that. I need more time than 15 minutes and win the morning. I need to know what I can do to support and help y'all. Okay. Because I think if we don't have deals And then if we don't have a pipeline, so those of us that had deals and then don't have a pipeline, something's occurring that we need to develop. And so I need to know what it is that we need to develop so that we can get you through to the next level next season. So, all right, everybody, y'all let me know if I can do anything for you. Make it a good one, make it count. Bye, y'all.